show you.
Okay. 9 months.
Oh, Elijah's going to be 9 months?
Nope, that's how long it took for us to drop him on his head today. Oh my gosh.
Yes, everybody.
9 months. Whoever had the over under on how long it would take for us to drop Elijah on his head.
Okay, wait. So technically, we didn't drop him.
You're right.
He dropped himself.
Oh my god.
Off the bed. So he fell off the bed
How
today.
are you gonna blame this kid?
He fell off the bed.
That's so close. He's an asshole because
Why are you gonna call our kid an asshole?
Because he can't defend himself.
Oh my god.
This is why he's a little jerk, okay? Because he was in bed with us this morning, and I told you this. He didn't even choose sides, right? If he had crawled over me and fell off the bed, my fault. If he fell off the bed on your side,
my fault.
No, he decided he's gonna crawl right down the middle
to the end of the bed,
all the way to the end, and make it both our faults. What a jerk he is, but he's fine.
Oh yeah, he's great.
You know what? You did a nice job. I keep telling everybody this because I was so impressed how fast you got up to check him, and you were like,
"No, I." When I say I knew, I literally knew. That was the first thing that came to my head when I heard him cry. Yes, absolutely.
Mom instincts. You knew he fell off the bed.
Oh yeah.
Where were they before he fell off the bed?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
So okay, but you checked him. He was fine.
Oh yeah,
he's fine.
I mean, he's fine. Daycare took a picture of him like 2 hours later playing in the toy bin.
Was he passed out in the bin?
No, he was.
He's fine.
Playing in the toy bin.
He's fine.
He's great.
There's gonna be comments in there. Someone's gonna call
I
CPA.
Know.
Wait,
CPS.
CPA's the
finance guy.
Speaking of finances.
Somebody please call CPA.
Yeah, that's crazy. You heard they're trying to do this new stimulus thing where they're waiving rent and mortgage for a year?
I also heard, so it kind of depends, right? It's either or. You either get a stimulus check monthly of like $2,000.
Maybe.
Or they waive your mortgage.
I think they're different. They're different things, though. They're different bills.
Right, but only one can pass.
Sure. Which one do you want? $2,000.
I mean, $2,000 isn't a bad idea.
Yeah, I hope we have no mortgage.
That too. Well, I mean, that depends. Is it the mortgage? Is it the kind that's like, oh yeah, no mortgage, but then you have to pay it in 3 months?
It's not a bereavement, which is you pay it out later.
Right.
And also, if you opt right now for a mortgage bereavement, man, this is Grwn Talk, real Grwn Talk. Man, the 20-year-olds.
I mean, I'm learning something.
Okay, so mortgage bereavement right now, as I understand it. So if we have someone, Dewey fact check me, Banny fact check me, right? The way I understand it, if you apply for a mortgage bereavement, they'll delay your payments. You still owe it, right?
Right.
So they're either going to add months onto your mortgage, or you're going to pay lump sum later on, or whatever.
Right. That's why they say you should still pay.
Correct. But also, if you take the bereavement, they put notes in your credit. It actually hits your credit.
That sucks.
Doesn't it? So instead of helping, well, I mean, technically it is kind of helping short term. But
in the long term, I mean.
Yeah, you picking oranges over there? Is that a Mexican joke? Oh my gosh.
It's for my tequila later.
You can't handle tequila.
No, I can't.
Oh my gosh. So first off, thank you to everyone that was listening to the first one.
Yeah, thanks.
That was a lot of support coming in.
Y'all are cute.
I know, it was really nice. People actually care about Elijah. They don't care about us.
I know. All the comments were, when's Elijah going to make a cameo? And I just want to be the first to tell you.
Uh-oh, mom's coming.
Never.
Never?
No, not never. Why would we do that to them? They're such
never?
Great supporters.
You said never, and about 60% of them just said turn off.
Yes, everybody unsubscribed immediately. Please don't unsubscribe. Y'all are great.
No, but it's cool though, and I appreciate it because we had some really nice comments, and I think it's a little early right now to share some of those things.
Yeah.
But it was very supportive of it. I had talked to Taylor about this, and shout out to Sean and
You're the man.
Kuya J, and like a lot of people that were talking to me about this because I've been planning it for
months,
probably close to a year now.
Almost.
Everything that I've been doing with video work, with Qua, shout out to Qua for teaching me everything. All the research the last year almost, just getting everything set up so that the production could be decent. We would have things to talk about. I have a long list of people I want to talk to and topics for Elijah. And it was encouraging, but I didn't want to do anything because I was like, who really wants to listen to this? Mm-hmm. But a lot of people did. Yeah. I appreciate it.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what I think?
Hold up before you even say anything else.
Sure.
Stop checking out my wife. The pervs. Your highlight looks good.
Oh, thanks. Wet and Wild, please sponsor me. Anywho, why don't we give the people, since we can't do a cameo, why don't we give them a little update? You know, since we've been in quarantine for almost 2 months.
Yeah.
Elijah's going to be almost 9 months now.
It's insane. Look at your snapback.
Look at you. And yes, for the people who are wondering, this is the exact same jumpsuit I wore in the last episode. Because, you know, when you're an adult and something fits and works for you, you buy multiple colors of that shit. So I went to Target and bought all 3 colors.
What colors were there?
Blue, burnt orange, and black.
Burnt orange?
Burnt orange.
That was in a coral?
That was the last episode. No, I don't think it was corally. I mean, it might have been on the darker coral.
What is coral? I'm a guy. It's red, blue, and yellow. That's it. And green. I guess secondary colors.
Yeah, okay, sure. Anywho, yes, so those for you, for those of you that are wondering, this is the exact same fit. So Target, please sponsor me. Wet and Wild, please sponsor me. I mean,
why would they call it Wet and Wild? Whatever.
Because she wet and wild.
Oh my gosh. Checkbox content not made for children.
Going back to Elijah, he's 9 months now.
Yes.
He is standing, assisted standing.
Yeah.
By himself. He knows how to pull himself up now. He is full on crawling, although he is much more of a military crawler than he is on like a traditional crawl. So
yeah,
he likes to shuffle across the floor, but he is fast, hence why he fell off the bed today.
Yeah, that's why I fell off the bed. He says mama.
He says dada. Mama and dada. He knows how to say bye-bye.
Yeah.
What else?
He waves like this.
He waves, yeah. He waves.
With his fingers.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's huge. The kid is huge.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Me too.
I'll share this though. And it seems like a lot of our friends are having babies now. Shout out to Annette, who just found out she's pregnant.
Shout out to Annette.
I know.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So I thought it was the coolest thing when he started crawling. Immediately regretted it.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately regret it. Because now I have to watch him.
Oh, yeah.
Like before, I could just put him in there, put him on the ground. Not irresponsibly, but I can turn around and do something really quick. And he'll be there.
Yep.
Nope.
He's hence why we have a baby gate now.
Oh, yeah. We bought a playpen.
Oh, yeah. We bought a playpen. And let me tell you, okay, if you think you're going to be that parent that's like, I'm never going to have a playpen. My kid's going to roam free. You're going to regret it.
Ooh.
You're going to want a playpen.
So do you think you'll ever get him a leash?
No. Absolutely freaking not.
People who have baby leashes.
Does my child bark?
Yes, he does. But that's not the point.
Not bark.
Here's the thing. If your child can walk, hold his or her hand. Or carry him. Or teach him not to run away. If your kid wants to run away so bad you have to put a leash on them, call your CPS and CPA because...
You just wasted money.
You just wasted so much money. It's so bad.
Unpopular opinion, guys, but seriously, don't put leashes on your child.
That's not unpopular opinion. That's a popular opinion. If you have a leash on your kid...
Awkward. Just don't do it, guys. I mean, it's not that hard. Your kids will listen to you.
Here's the thing. Our kid's not walking yet.
He's not, but I know my kid's not going to have a leash.
No, absolutely not.
I'm not going to spend... I'll spend money on a lot of things, but I'm not going to spend money on a leash.
That's just so bad.
It is bad.
Putting a human on a leash? I don't even walk Bandit on a leash.
A blue definitely needs a leash.
Yeah, but we need to get rid of that dog. So what do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about mixing passion and careers. Can your career be a passion? Do you have to fit both? I know a lot of people struggle with making their passions a career.
Yes.
And doing the whole like, yeah, let's just go for it, and struggling financially. Maybe. And then maybe getting stuck in a career that they don't like.
Maybe.
I mean, to each their own, sure. But what about the people who are part-time dancers and part-time medical receptionists?
Okay. So
just an example.
See, this is hard because I feel like you and I are closer to the same side of the coin than other people. And we also know a lot of friends of ours who are professional dancers, artists, whatever. And that's their main source of income. So they're doing it.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll give kind of where I'm at with it. And then I would love for people to chime in.
Yeah. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is like not the industry dancers, because obviously that passion is their career, but for the people who have passions to dance but also have a career, like for you,
okay,
who
so we're not talking necessarily like
making
how to go
your
balls
career,
to the walls, but how do you manage or balance it if you are a career hobbyist, career enthusiast,
right?
Like us.
Yes.
And that's not to say that I'm not gonna smoke anybody in the dance floor who wants these rounds.
He could still do it, I'm sure.
Oh, you trying to get some later? Oh my gosh, turn this camera off right now. Okay. Here's one thing that I learned early on. I don't know if it's true or not, but this is kind of how I've approached it. And this is words of wisdom for Elijah, depending if he gets there or not, right?
Yeah.
Is I think there's two ways to approach your passions. Okay. You can either people either make money to have freedom to do the things that they want, right? Or they do the things that they want for money. Right. And so for me, because I understood for me about self-awareness, right, that I didn't necessarily want to be a full-time dancer. I love teaching, but I didn't want it necessarily to be my whole way of life. There are other things that interest me in the world, and I love dancing. You know, it's an amazing thing for us as a couple. I mean, that brings us together. But for me, my balance was having a job in corporate America. I now wear hoodies and like I'm wearing jeans right now, but you know, I work management in a Fortune 500 company. Yeah. Right. And that has allowed me to do things like travel with dance. Right. It allowed me to do things like last year when I was traveling to Vietnam and in the UK. Shout outs to Chris and Kijan in Scotland for hosting me and letting me teach when I was out there. Yeah. Right. So that allowed me to do that because I had the job and security to do it. Right. So it's different for everybody. But here's what I'll say. If you want to dance, I'm talking dance specifically, but you can do anything. Yeah. If you want to have a creative outlet, do it well, pursue it on top of whatever job you're doing for a paycheck, you have to be prepared to not sleep. Right? Like you have to be prepared to not sleep. Yeah. Because your 9 to 5 is very rarely 9 to 5. Yes. 40-hour work weeks are really not a thing. I work 50, 60 hours a week plus sometimes. Yeah. Right? Plus we just had our baby who's 9 months old. Yeah. And so we had made a conscious decision to not dance as much. But when you were pregnant, I was still in wild style. Yeah. We were ramping up for competitions. I mean, those were some very short nights. Yeah. Right. And it was tough. And I don't regret it at all. That's good. How do you do it? Because you're a mom. And admittedly, you do more for the family?
I mean, I feel like that's kind of tough because I'm not in my exact dream career as of yet. I still work a 9 to 5. Shout out to Miss Crystal.
Okay.
Okay. But I still work a 9 to 5 at a really great job. And then I go and I teach dance classes about 2-3 hours a night.
Yeah.
About 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So I do that and I take care of Elijah. So I don't feel like I'm necessarily in the like, I have a big career stage and I teach dance and do this. But yeah, I mean, I can agree with everything you're saying. Yeah. If you want to be able to pursue those passions, whatever it may be, you just have to know like you're going to want to quit and give up because it's hard. It's hard to balance that work life, whatever this is.
Balance?
Yes.
What is this?
I don't know. Yeah. And
I hate that we did that together.
You're going to want to give up, but the important part is that you continue to pursue it and you're going to get to where you want to be. And it's trial and error, right?
Yes.
So you either put in a lot or you put in too little, and there has to be some sort of like, you have to put in the right amount in order to feel like it's worth it.
Yeah.
Right.
I think too is you got to know kind of what level of a hobby or enthusiast you are.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you just want to be a class taker and dance or go just take casual photos, that doesn't take a lot of time and that's okay.
Yeah.
Be okay with that. If you want to be an internationally traveling teacher, workshop, host, all of these things, tour dancer, nationally, internationally recognized, creative.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of time. Mm-hmm. And I think people say they want it and then they go to sleep.
Yeah.
Right? They say they want it and then they say they want it and they spend 2 hours saying they want it instead of shutting up and putting in work.
Yeah.
Right? I'm guilty of it too. Right? Like there's a lot of people like, let's put it into the universe and it'll happen. Mm-hmm. So important. I think you need to say it. I think you need to write it down.
There's only so much writing you can do though.
Then you need to shut up and put the work in.
And do it. Yeah.
Right? Like.
Yeah, you have to.
Did you ever read the book Where the Red Fern Grows?
Yes.
There's that kid and so if you don't know the book, there's this kid and he wants these hunting dogs. It's written by a white person. Mm-hmm. And so he wants these 2 hunting dogs, these hounds, and he's praying every single day. God, give me these 2 dogs. God, give me these 2 dogs. Let me get some dogs. He's praying every day. And it's like 6 months later and he goes to his uncle. He goes, Uncle, I prayed every day to God for these 2 dogs. God is not listening. Right? And the uncle goes, but what did you do about it besides pray? He goes, nothing. He goes, well, you got to put the work in and then God will give you the opportunity, right? And so we could take God in and out of the equation, whatever it is, but you have to put work in so that when those dogs are available, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
So many times I've seen people, myself included, have opportunities come up and then try to get into it. And it's a lot harder than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, like when you were learning how to house dance.
Oh my word.
How did we train?
Every day.
Doing
for like
what?
6 hours.
Doing what?
Doing the same 3 combos. I mean, I used to be so mad because I just wanted to do all of the things that I had seen on YouTube, right? Like, just
seen them on YouTube.
Get in it.
Yeah.
Getting in,
For the kids, that was before TikTok.
Yeah. Anywho,
so you're practicing 3 moves.
Three moves, 3 of the same combo moves for days on end. I mean, I can't tell you how many days and how many hours I spent doing the same 3 combos.
Yeah.
But it makes all the difference because now that that's in muscle memory, right? I put in the work to get those 3.
Yeah.
Now everything just makes sense.
Yeah, it's foundation building.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's a lot. But to go back to the original question, right? If you really want to do something and you have to balance things out, I don't know if balance is a great term.
Okay.
Like
what term would you use?
Like work-life balance implies that there is some type of ratio. Doesn't have to be 50-50, but there's some type of ratio where if you work this much and you put this much time into whatever other passions you have, that you're going to optimize happiness.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's bull. I think you can't like be miserable here to get happiness here.
Absolutely.
You have to have a certain amount of happiness all around.
Right.
Otherwise, you're fighting for 50. You're fighting for a percentage of happiness.
Yeah.
So I know for me, right, like I work a corporate job. I wear a suit to work most days. I love it. I love our lifestyle. I love getting to work with the people that I work with. And that's important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I really like working with my team and the things I'm passionate about dance when it comes like teaching and working with people, relationship building, that's carried over into my corporate world too. So that's helped me sleep better at night. But before Elijah, when we had a show and you're working,
yeah,
what's your schedule like throughout the day?
Before Elijah?
Well, I mean, from like what time did you wake up? What time did you work, rehearse? Like give idea of people who don't know what that's like, who are going through that.
So I mean, I worked an 8 to 5 job, so I would have to get up at like 6:30 to get ready and be out the door and be at work by 7:30, 7:45.
Yeah.
Clock in at 8. Yep. Get out at like 5:30 sometimes, because sometimes you don't close exactly at 5. Get home.
Yeah.
Or grab food on the way to the studio.
That's probably more accurate for most days. Like
pack a bag the night before, take that with you to work, drive from work to the studio, get some food, eat there, change there, jump into class, whether I was taking or teaching.
Yeah.
And then if it was a day that I was teaching, right, I would teach and then I would jump in the car and drive straight to Wild Style rehearsals.
Oh, man.
From the other side of town.
Yeah.
And then spend rehearsals from like 9 to 11.
9 to 12.
9 to 12.
Most times.
Sometimes.
But that's...
And then, you goof off and you talk and you freestyle at the end.
Yeah.
Unless it's a late rehearsal.
That's probably off season.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like if you're prepping for a show, you're probably going...
1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Unfortunately.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Getting home at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you're hungry.
Yeah. So then we all stop at Ruchi's. Yeah. Ruchi's.
Oh my God.
Shout out to my Ruchi's.
I can't with you.
I love it.
I can't with you.
You know, I actually Uber Eats Ruchi's. Uber Eated Ruchi's the other day because I missed it so much.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I know you're trying not to laugh.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh. No, I'm
Uber
laughing
Eats?
that last time we were talking about how much Mexican food you eat.
That's great.
Yeah, and as you're eating, so it's like 2 o'clock. You probably don't get out of the shower till 2:33. 3 hours of sleep. You're up at 6:30 again.
Yeah.
And that's 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
It was the same way. When I was in the Army, I'm up probably even earlier than that. And I was living at the cause house with Joe, Ray, and Ivan. And it was like, man, it was tough. Like I remember during lunch breaks trying to figure out if I was going to go eat because I was hungry, or if I was going to go to my car and take a nap for half an hour, because I was so burnt out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
There's so many people that can't either afford dance, feel like they can't dance, haven't put the work on yet to be on the teams that I loved being on.
Yeah.
And we've been really lucky to be on all my dream teams.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's not hard, but the sacrifice that we made doing those things was so worth it in the end. Like, I will never forget the day that I was on the Body Rock stage.
Oh, That's one of my favorite performances.
Like, I will never forget that. And I would think, and I was like, God, this is so hard because I'm working this pharmacy job and I'm coming home and I'm going straight to rehearsals and God, this sucks. Like, sometimes I'm just like, oh, you want to be sitting in practice in the corner all night because you're not in that piece, but you also
that's straight up. We
could jump in at any moment, so you got to be ready. And here I am. Like, that was the struggle.
Oh my gosh!
But it was so worth it.
But it got us on that stage.
Oh man, good times.
I gotta tell you, so SGBM, Super Galactic Beat Manipulators, was my dream team.
I know.
When I get really happy thinking about it. I'm not gonna cry. Stop. I'm not gonna cry. But here's the thing, right? So when I started dancing, 2009-ish, right, in college.
Yeah.
The dance scene and YouTube was just starting to pop up.
Yeah.
And anybody who knows, the community and the history, right, knows that X put out this documentary about SGBM.
Yeah.
When they had some leadership changes, when Ving and Kuya J were directing.
Yeah.
And it was like a 3-part series. And I was like, this is amazing. I suck so bad right now. And I'm going to put work in. Yeah. And I trained. And then we moved to LA together. Yeah. With 3 months, I got a tap on the shoulder from my business job to move to San Diego. Mm-hmm. I moved to San Diego. Within 2 weeks, like everything lined up perfectly. Like, so I was out there with some Houston heads. Mm-hmm. Who was I there with? Oh, I think Andrew Nguyen was there doing a building block series with, it might have been Carlo. And so I linked up with them, and then because of that, I got linked up with Building Block to jump on a not private, like a master class. I forget what it's called. Yeah. I ran into Josh, and he put me on. 2 weeks, I got on SGBM. Oh, and I was sitting across from Kuya J, and he's like, why do you want to be on SGM? And I'm like, oh, do I tell him I've been wanting to be on since forever? Do I turn on to a fanboy? Do I like jerk him off right now? Like, what do I do? Right? And then, but I was like, I just really wanted to dance. And so I got on with Paul, and it felt so good. I've never felt so good and worked so hard to not be casted.
Oh, there's so much truth in that.
But I loved it. Oh my gosh.
It was so worth it.
Like I don't know how people bug out about not being casted sometimes. Like, yo, you're on the team.
Yeah.
Like, you're on stage. Like, I joke about it all the time, but I was like, yo, sometimes just give me a transition.
Yeah. I better be the baddest ass MFer in that transition, because
you better ninja run.
Yeah. I'm a hella ninja run. I'm a hella ninja run for my life.
Yeah.
Because I worked for it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was the best time. And it was the hardest I've ever worked for it. And it was the least amount I've slept.
Yeah.
And I loved every second of it. Here's my follow-up question for you.
Yeah.
We're parents now.
Yeah.
We've stepped back from dancing.
We have.
How do you feel?
I miss it.
Yeah?
I do. I miss the rush.
What do you miss specifically?
I miss the relationship.
Yeah. The camaraderie
with the people that are on the team. Like, because when you're on a dance team, you're not just like people you like. It's not like a club where you go out and you just like dance with a bunch of people and make friends. Like,
sure.
It's this like a lifelong relationship.
Yeah.
Like, there are plenty of people that I have been on dance teams with that I still have amazing relationships with.
Yeah. I mean, when we talk about our wedding and our bridal party.
Yeah.
Everyone but one person is someone I've been on a team with.
Yeah.
Like, everyone I've shared stage with.
Basically, now that I think about it.
Yeah. It's just something about that. But are you going to go back? The people want to know, is Taylor coming back? Are you really?
I don't know.
This is breaking news? I'm a good interviewer.
I don't know. I really want to come back.
Yeah.
I really do. I miss it so much.
I can't wait for Elijah. Oh, no.
And I can't say that it doesn't work with a child because we have so many friends.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely do it.
I mean, I've got a handful of friends that have kids that jump back in, that still do their 9 to 5s, that still do their
murder classes,
and are still amazing parents.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think we're humbly figuring it out still.
Yes.
What our rhythm is.
Yeah.
I feel like every time we get into a decent rhythm, he learns to crawl.
Or he learns to say something.
Or he falls off the bed.
Yeah, that too. That was a huge, a big changing point, I think.
Yeah. And I didn't get this before when Ryan told us this.
Mm-hmm.
He told me this one time, and I always bring this up because I thought it was so sweet that he said this, but I didn't get it. He said before KJ was born, he would just kind of count his years, like how old he was. And since KJ, now he counts it in KJ years, right? Like that's how much life has changed for him as a dad. And I get that now. Like I love dance more than anything. When we first started dating, I told you dance is number one.
Mm-hmm.
Our relationship is second. That's changed, of course. But that's where my relationship was with dance. And you loved it too. And you understood it, right? And so it was so weird when Elijah was born. Because even when you were pregnant, I was still dancing.
Yeah.
And you told me to go dance because you got it. You understood. We had a love and basketball relationship. Like you understood.
I understand that it's the only way I function.
It's hard. I think that's why this is helping some of the creative juices still. But yeah, it's weird now. I was saying it was weird because when Elijah was born, all of a sudden, without question, dance was not my top 2 anymore. And it's hard to say because dance has been so heavy in my, like music in general has been heavy in my life, like the last 3 years or last decade.
Yeah.
So, but that's not to say we're not dancers anymore. That was hard.
Yeah.
Like to still want to be called a dancer.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah.
Because I think we could agree with this, but we want dance to be in our lives.
Oh my gosh.
Some way, somehow, oh God.
I just love it.
Aspect of it we still want. I do.
Yeah.
Like I miss that rush, that feeling, that like interconnectedness. What is with my words today? The relationship with all of our friends. And not to say that we don't still have that relationship, but there's something different about bonding on stage. Like for all my like team dancers out there, they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Like true team
bonding.
Yeah.
That unspoken amount of love you get when you finish a set and you did some shit on that stage. Like
just like killed it.
Yeah. And you jump off the stage like, these are my brothers and my sisters. Like I miss that feeling.
We were up multiple nights, so late, pushing through so hard. And it's crazy.
We all did it with the same passion and goal.
So do you miss performing with the team or do you miss classes, training, dancing more?
I mean, I guess I miss it both in different aspects.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I miss the way I feel when I kill a class.
Oof.
Like, when you get groups and you're like, I freaking earned that shit. Like, I'm going to stand in the front of this fucking group because I earned that shit, you know?
Oh my God.
Like,
groups make me so nervous still.
I mean...
No, you kill all the time.
No, I can't.
I can't stop watching you when you dance. You're my dance crush.
You're making me blush.
You're my dance crush.
But I also miss...
Yeah.
I don't think it's the I guess it's the performing aspect on stage, right? Because I miss the feeling of like killing shit on stage. But I also
when you're in that pocket, you know it.
Yeah. Like there's something about that. But there's also the moments that I have like an example would be like when I look at T across the Waldo set, like
those moments when you have with your team.
Yes, like yeah, bitch, like
we always joke about it, like the the default when you transition the high five when you cross somebody.
Yes,
it's so dumb.
When it's real, the energy is there.
Oh my gosh, it's the best. My favorite is when you have somebody like Ebony, right?
I love it.
She's not even
Ebony.
in the set, and you're on stage, you're dancing, and all of a sudden out of nowhere you hear, "Get it, bitch!"
Yes. No, the energy it's just infectious. Like, there's no other way to put it. I miss feeding off that and giving that.
Oh, and giving it's the best.
Giving it is the best.
Some mat talk?
Yes.
Oh, I love some good mat talk. Oh my gosh.
I'm about it. My little happy dance.
We should, whilst you guys should do Jerry Awards.
Yes. Please do a Jerry Award. I don't know. They haven't had their banquet, right? Because of quarantine.
Maybe.
Y'all need to do a Jerry Award.
Yeah.
For sure.
We have some good mat talk. Oh, man. But I do miss it. I don't think we're ever going to stop dancing. Yeah. Because we dance around the house all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We haven't gone rounds in a little bit, though. What's up?
I'm too old.
You trying to catch these rounds? You trying to battle tonight?
Something else I'm trying to catch.
Corona? Like, what? Your dad's going to watch this.
Corona.
Okay, yeah. That's
I'm not
great.
Trying to catch Corona, though.
Oh, my gosh. All right. So, anyway, how did I come back from that? Oh, my gosh.
Man.
But I miss just dancing.
Yeah.
Everyone's posting at these classes right now of their online classes, and they're taking it and they're doing it.
So,
speak your truth.
It's been a struggle for me to get into online classes. Like, I know I've taken maybe 2 or 3 since everything, but I feel like there's so much pressure to so let me go back.
Okay.
Like, I think that we live in a generation where we are obsessed with taking in as much knowledge as possible.
Is that wrong?
No, I mean, I don't think it's wrong, but I also think that taking time to not learn everything, you don't have to learn everything. Does that make sense?
No, I get it. I get 100%. But I'm asking because some people listening or watching are going to think that way.
No, yeah, I don't think it's wrong. Like, if you want to go take 1,000,001 dance classes or whatever, do it. Like, if you have that energy and that passion to do it, then that's cool. But I also think, like, for my friends that are burnt out right now and are feeling the pressure to learn and take all these classes and because it's available, right? It's
for the first time ever.
Right. It's not like these things that you see that aren't available, now all of a sudden it's becoming available. And a good example is like LA classes right now, right? Yeah. Because unless you take a plane to LA and take from these choreographers, that's the only way you're going to learn it. But now that it's available on live streaming, I mean, kudos to those that can take 1,000,000 classes. But for the people that, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, for the people that are burnt out right now, like, don't feel pressure to take it upon yourself to learn 1,000,000 things. Like, the knowledge is available and accessible to you, but there's no reason to burn yourself out. And, I feel like this whole Corona thing, there's one thing to take from it, and it's that everybody just needs to breathe.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we've just been going and going and going and going like a hamster on a wheel.
And it's interesting because
in every aspect of our lives.
But we're also stuck inside. I think the hamster wheel is a really good example, right? We're like trying to do more. Yeah. And what's interesting is if you were lazy before, you are extra lazy now. Like if you were in class before, you were in class now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think people who have more time are going to become exponentially better or worse. Like, when we go outside right now, after work on our daily walk, which I love that we do, all of a sudden there's families outside walking.
Yeah.
Right? Like
chalk.
Oh yeah, there's chalk on the
sidewalk.
People dying. You and these gangster bars. right? No, but what I mean is people are going to come out of quarantine one of two ways.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to come out with a 6-pack, being the best dancers, being so much smarter, or they're going to be rounder, dumber, and worse off than before. Like, there's no in between here.
Yeah.
The longer we go into this, the more polarizing it's going to be. Either you've been sitting on your butt this whole time, enjoying some Tiger King, right?
There's nothing wrong with Tiger King.
Oh my God. Did Carol do it?
Huh?
Did Carol do it?
Hell yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did.
Would you feed meat to tigers?
Absolutely not.
I want to make a sex joke, but I'm not going to.
Unless I had a whole gallon of sardines.
What is... Oh my God.
That's how she killed him.
All right. Look, this is recorded. This is...
It's not going to happen, y'all.
Okay.
There's too much into this.
Anyway, but yeah, I think they're going to come out either worse or better. Like, I know some people are taking mad classes right now.
Yeah.
We're getting really good.
Yeah.
And that's people are just not. And that's...
I don't see that there's anything wrong with that, though.
I'm okay with it.
I feel like, again, just my opinion, but some people need a break.
Yes.
Like, some people have been dancing in and out. I won't say out. Let's say in for years and years and years and years and years. And finally, you have a legitimate reason to not go to class.
Yeah.
Like, you're not pressured.
It makes sense to me, yeah.
To not get that spot because you legitimately can't go anywhere. Everything's closed. So take the break. Sometimes this is God's way of telling people they need a break. Busting out the Jesus here.
Okay.
But sometimes people need to clarify what their priorities are. And the only way to do that is to step back from something you've been putting too much in.
Yes. Yeah. Especially if it's not.
If that's your intention, though.
Right.
But if your intention is to go ham and get somewhere, bringing this back to the beginning, if your intention... Slow it
down.
I just educated you.
That was good. That was good.
If bringing this back to the beginning, though, if your intention is to get somewhere and make your passion into a career or figure out that work-life balance, then this is the time to do that.
Yeah. You know what's dope is all of these online classes, not dance related, but you know, like there are colleges right now doing like free lectures. There are so many apps where you could learn different things. Oh, yeah. I got a buddy who's learning how to code. It's kind of nerdy. I dig it.
I got a friend who's doing real estate stuff.
Yeah, it's what a better time to do this. Like you just lock yourself in the room and go at it. Hopefully everybody's doing stuff like that. And I'm hoping they carve out an hour of the time to watch us. I do. I appreciate it.
I hope so too.
Yeah. So let's end this with 2 things.
Okay.
Okay. What is something that someone has told you since last episode that has meant something to you?
So I got a message from a very, very, very old friend. Yeah. Someone I took ballet with when I was like teeny tiny, little Taylor.
Yeah.
And she messaged me because she went off to college, still in Texas, but not in El Paso, where I'm from, and said that she related to everything. Yeah. And that she thought she was the only one that felt that way. Yeah. And I really felt like, like I thought I was the only one that felt that way. Yeah. Too. And so it's cool to see like that there are other people that feel the same way you do. You just have to talk about it. Like, yeah. It's almost like, what's the word? Taboo if you don't talk about things like that, like leaving your hometown and like what that experience is like for some people.
It's different for everybody.
Yeah, I'm sure, but there's other people that do feel like that, and it kind of just made me feel better in my own sense. Like I was feeling the exact same way she was feeling, right? Like she felt like, oh, you know, I didn't know anybody else felt that way. Like that makes me feel good. I'm like, I didn't know anybody else felt that way. Like she made me feel good. Like, you know, so that warmed my heart.
So I am glad that you got some feedback like that. I got a lot of messages about how great you were. And I love that everyone got to see a little bit about why I love you and how amazing you are. And that's why it makes sense for me to have you on as like the first guest, right? Because we're in quarantine together. Options are limited. But also because I know how amazing you are. And I love that people got some value out of listening to you. And so, you know, we did another one today. Hopefully people got something out of it. My last question is, who else should we talk to that you feel like has had an interesting journey, has some wisdom, some knowledge to drop, and somebody that Elijah would look up to?
I think Miss Elisa.
Ooh.
Miss Elisa, my traveling nurse friend.
Okay.
Our dance friend.
So tell them why Elisa would be a great host. And I agree 100%. Elisa, when you listen to this, let's set it up.
Yeah.
I did so much homework today on how to do these Zoom calls because I'm old in technologies.
I love it.
Yeah. But we can set it up. I want to do something. So tell them a little bit about Elisa, and I'll work on like a really nice intro for her if we can never get her on.
So Miss Elisa is the biggest sweetheart that I know.
Yeah, she is.
She's like a mama. She was like our wild style mama.
You want to tell them about the first time she took care of you?
Not really. How about you tell the story?
I won't put you out like that. But
I don't remember. I don't remember too much.
Talk about team bonding.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't put you out. But so what else about Lisa do you like? What do you think she's going to give to Elijah?
She's a mama. And I think that she has built herself up with enough confidence that you can just like, it just radiates out of her.
She does.
And somehow through her choices in career, in dance, that's made her a better person.
Yeah.
And her heart, I think, is something I just admire about her.
I absolutely love her.
I admire
she's just one of those people that
so selfless.
Yes.
And I think Elijah has a lot to learn from that.
I agree 100%.
Because there's many things that we have, many choices in our lives that we have to make selflessly and selfishly in order to be where we want to be in our lives.
Yeah. So, special shout out to her too, because she is a nurse.
Yes.
She's going through everything right now. Yay. I wish I could reach the thing. The soundpad has like a generic. Maybe I'll add like some clapping in post. But shout out to her. She's a hero. She's always been.
Yeah. She's out there in San Francisco.
Hotspot.
Yeah.
Fun fact. She was actually at the hospital the night Elijah was born.
Yes. She was my very first visitor before he was even born. So all the craziness was going on.
She saw you with an epi.
She actually came. Yeah. She
saw you with her butt out.
She sure did. Did she?
I don't know.
No, she didn't.
Let's end it there.
Yeah.
Right. Give me a kiss.